Hello guys and welcome back to Let's Go, and today I'm going to show you how to change the brake cable on a McCain WideWheel Pro 2020. This one is for the front, the back one goes through the base itself, but it's a very similar process. So what you're going to do is, I've already changed over the cable and I've documented that and I've put that blue digit in. So we're going to take the cable off of here, take the grommet out of these two slots here, and then we're going to pull the cable back and take the cable out of here. There are 6 screws, 3 either side, that you need to take out, and then this is going to be in place quite tough. You're going to wobble it back and forth until the whole stem comes off. Be careful not to pull too much on this wire here. We're then going to thread the new cable through and then out of here, and then we're going to do all our adjustments. This took me around an hour to do the first time doing it on the McCain, so I didn't do it at all, to get on and crack on with it. But this repair actually cost me less than £4 off of Amazon. It's a generic brake cable, it works perfectly, and as you can see the original cable here is a bit battered and torn. The front brake on these are, well, we've had no end of trouble with the front brake. You've got to constantly adjust it. There are videos online of that if you want to see how I adjust it. I can certainly do that for you. And then I've got the scooter for a little bit before we set it on, because we're not too keen on this one anymore. We've got the Wolf and we've got the Zero. The Zero is currently off the road at the moment. And this one just isn't fun for us anymore. 9-bot is, the bread and butter of what I do, and I love it. It's more controllable than the WideWheel. But let's show you how to do the brake, and we'll do a review video on those two at a later date. So here you can see that I'm actually wobbling the stem. I've already taken it apart a little bit, and this is the final part, getting it off. It was a bit tricky trying to do that. It took about 10 to 15 minutes just to get the stem off. I didn't want to break anything, and then I'm laying it down and being careful not to pull that cable. So at this point now I'm just threading the new cable through the stem itself, and once that gets to the bottom we're then going to push it through the other hole. We're just popping the cable into the actual handle itself, so it doesn't get threaded anywhere else, and it'll make it a lot easier later if I need to take it out and adjust it. Now it's time to pop the stem back on and adjust the cable itself. At this point I actually screwed the stem back on, and in hindsight I should have left it unscrewed at this point so that I could adjust the brake cable accordingly. In doing so I had to take the cable out, the sheath, cut the sheath down, and then thread the cable back through the sheath again. You
can see here that I am Loctiting the bolts that are holding the stem on. You want to make sure that you do add Loctite to these, as these will, you know, wobble about quite a bit in there, and we want to prevent that as much as possible. I am now adding the caliper back onto the brake disc so that I can then measure up the cable accordingly. It is important that you give yourself a little bit extra on here, as you want the brake cable to be able to flex as you're turning the wheel, as you can see I'm doing there. You then want to give yourself a little bit extra on the end, so you've got about 2 inches or so extended beyond that, and that will be the inner cable. Should have made sure that I measured this up before I popped it into the actual stem and did everything back up, but as I say, hindsight is always 20/20. So at this point I basically measured it up, pulled the inner cable out so that I could then cut the sheath to the desired length, and then pushed the inner cable back through. Need to force it a little bit if your cable's resisting, and it goes straight through. Little kit that I bought came with an extra nub that goes onto the end of the cable that you've just cut. I've actually glued mine into place, and then you crimp it on with the pliers afterwards as well. So it's just to make sure that it doesn't come loose, and it stops the end from fraying up. And finally, at this point, it's just making sure that the wire goes into the arm as an extra couple of inches, that you get it all set to the desired braking force that you want to have it at.
Thank you very much for watching. If you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe here. This will help us out tremendously. And if you want to see more on the WideWheel Pro, please leave a comment down below. And we'll see you in the next one.